Racing to the 2020 Kentucky Derby, and this time is where we start to put it together. It's the Kentucky Derby Speed Figure progression, and this is really how I start my handicapping. Now, it's usually a little bit different when you're doing this the first Saturday in May, because a lot of the horses still have not taken that jump, which we'll get to in a few minutes here, and kind of talk about how these speed figures progress. But I do want to talk about, you know, you could kind of make the case that Tiz the Law has really been the most dominant speed figure horse, according to the Brisnet Speed Figures, ever since his debut race. One of the things that you have to know about speed figures, it's not how fast they run, it's how they run fast. And then also numbers have to be taken into context in their career development. As you see here, here is a chart of when each of the top contenders made their debut and then their debut speed figure. And Tiz the Law, when you talk about him debuting with a 97, it's not only that he debuted with a 97, he debuted on August the 8th last year with a 97. And that is the highest speed figure, and he did it the earliest of any of the top contenders. So when you take a horse like Shirls Speight, yes, he debuted with an 89, but he did that on July 4th, which is a whole different progression on where he is capable of topping out at and how long it took him to get to the races and things like that. 1,000 Words actually debuted with an 89 in October. And then you've got Art Collector. Look at that. He had an 80 speed figure, but when you put it into the context that he did it in August of last year, that's still pretty solid. And then Honor AP with a 90 on August 17th. So again, Tiz the Law kind of staked his claim early on that he was one of the fastest horses in this class. And the fact that he debuted with a 97 speed figure when most of the speed figures last August were in the lower 80s, some of them even in the top 70s. So that's a look, one way of looking at speed figures. As we continue along with our speed figure progression, let's take a look at the Derby starting field. These are mainly the top contenders. And again, this shows on the left side, we've got each of the horses named, and then on the right side, we show what they earned for a Brisnet speed figure in each of their career starts. So you look at it like this. Art Collector debuted in start number 1 with an 80, and then he has made 9 starts. In his most recent start, which is the Ellis Park Derby, he earned a 102. Now his top speed figure was in his 8th lifetime start, and that was a 104. Now one of the main differences you're going to see this year, normally when you have a Kentucky Derby back in May, not a lot of the horses are always coming off a top figure, and then specifically, not a lot of horses have already regressed or started to decline, and that's what you're seeing this year. You've kind of got that mix. You've got your top contenders, which a lot of them have progressed and earned new lifetime tops for Brisnet speed figures, but a few of these contenders have started to regress. Now, what's interesting, Tiz the Law finally made that jump. A lot of people were making the case, you know, he debuted with that 97, started off the year with a 108 in the Holy Bull, and then he regressed a little bit in the Florida Derby, picked it back up in the Belmont Derby, but that 115 stands out. If you just go by the fastest Brisnet speed figure in his most recent race, that 115 puts him at about a 4-length victory over the rest of these horses. But look at the new tops earned by Authentic in the Haskell, a 107, Max Player, a 107, and then a 107 by New York Traffic. He also progressed to a 107, but he did that in his 9th lifetime start. So that's why I think a horse like New York Traffic is probably going to regress. Whereas Tiz the Law, he picked up his career top in his 7th start, so did 1,000 Words, 5th start for Authentic, 4th start for Caracaro, 109, and even Max Player still only has 5 lifetime starts. He's capable of picking that up another couple of notches. So Art Collector, he has been steady. He picked up from, he made that jump from in his 6th lifetime start to his 7th lifetime start. And that's really the difference here for Art Collector. And then he's banged out a 103, a 104, a 102. He could be sitting on a new top, I do think. I think a horse like Honor AP, who had a 108, went back to a 103 in the loss. He could be sitting on a career top because this will only be career start number 6 for Honor AP. And look at King Galarmo. He sits there. He got that 102, but that was a long time ago back at Tampa Bay. Then he came back with a 99 at Oaklawn Park, but now he's at 120 days to train. I wish he had one race. If he had another race in there, he could be sitting, even without that race, on a 104 to 105 speed figure. And then look at Major Fed, another one. He jumped from a 78 to a 99. He's going to train up to the race. He's going to be able to consolidate all those gains, and we'll see where he can top out at here in the Kentucky Derby. We're just 16 days away now from the Kentucky Derby, and hopefully you find these speed figure progressions. I'm going to be using those as a basis for my handicapping here. You mix in the final workout, you mix in some post position and track position condition, and you kind of see where it all shakes out. But speed figure, not only when they earn that figure, how they earn that figure, and what lifetime start. That's how you're going to see a horse improve or decline. And where I think Tiz the Law, he's probably right there. 115 wins this race. But now your guess as a handicapper is, can he run that 115 again? That's your Derby update for August the 20th. Leave a comment on Speed Figures, Brisnet, Beyer, and the rest of them. Also, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell for notifications, and share these horse racing videos with all your horse racing friends as we lead you up to the 2020 Kentucky Derby.